Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 24 of the Cleveland Indians franchise here in MLB The Show 21 for the PlayStation 5, and today we have the 6th edition of Down on the Farm, where we take a look at the minor leagues, at some top prospects, as well as to see how both of our clubs are doing. Now today we take a look at both Akron and the Erie SeaWolves, so we will take a look at some of their games. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Now we'll start off first with the Rubber Ducks, who sit at 22 and 21, and they have some interesting players down there that we'll catch up on. Raynel Delgado, a strong shortstop prospect. He is our leadoff hitter. Tyler Freeman, who we highlighted in last episode's Down on the Farm. He is back in AA, had a short stint in AAA, but it's getting more action with the Rubber Ducks. Petey Halpin is a center fielder, third-round pick last year out of Miracosta High School, who's hitting over 400 in his 39 at-bats down in AA, swinging the hottest bat for our club. And on the mound for us will be Tanner Burns, a starting pitcher, number 36 overall pick last year out of Auburn, having a rough start to his AA campaign, but he will be on the mound for today as we host the Erie SeaWolves at Canal Park, the home of the Akron Rubber Ducks, the real stadium. I will use all the real stadiums here in this series, more immersion. So go ahead and subscribe down below. Did I already say that? No, just in case I didn't. Here is Tanner Burns in the first inning, and he will get the second batter to ground out to first baseman. Here's a look at the Erie SeaWolves, just in case you're interested in how they line up. Erie is the AA affiliate of our division rival Detroit Tigers. So some of these prospects you never know we might see in the future, but overall they're pretty mediocre, minus Andre Lippius, their DH, who's hitting above 340. Next batter up on a 1-2 count will fly out into center, and Erie gets nothing at the top of the first. Here is Jorge Alcala. He is on the mound for the Erie SeaWolves. He actually has major league experience, but finds himself down here at AA, making his first start with the SeaWolves. And the first inning, he goes 1-2-3 as Freeman lines right at the shortstop. Into the second inning we go. Nick Quintana leads off for Erie, and on a 2-0 pitch, he drills this one into the left center gap off of the base of the wall, and Tanner Burns, to start the inning, is in a little bit of trouble. Next batter up, Colt Keith, full count. He draws a walk, so Burns puts both the first runners of the inning on base. And then the next batter, Andres Lippius, the hottest bat for Erie, goes down swinging on a full count pitch. Then Chad Sadio grounds into a 5-4-3 double play, so nothing goes for Erie in the second as Burns settles down. Bottom of the second, though, 2 outs. Akron Lavastida will ground to the shortstop. That'll be a base hit. Nice effort, though, by the Erie shortstop. Next batter, Gavin Collins, still 2 away, puts a slider to the opposite field. That'll get down for a base hit. Runner on first will go all the way to third. And we have runners on the corners, 2 outs for Connor Maribel. And first pitch, he'll put this one into left center. That'll get down. And Akron scores the first run of the game here in the bottom of the second. Next batter, Isaiah Green, first pitch, or 1-1. He's going to ground to the shortstop, and he'll throw it to second. But Akron gets one in the bottom of the second. Top 3 now. Erie gets a 1-out base runner thanks to another walk by Tanner Burns. Takes us to Danny Woodrow, 1-2, though. He grounds 5-3. That'll be the end of the inning, as nothing for Erie after the walk. Bottom 3, Raynel Delgado leading us off. He'll get a lead-off base hit into left, so he is on board. And now up to the 2-3 hitter, Tyler Freeman, after the 2-hitter grounds out. Freeman hits this one into the hole, but it's batted down by the third baseman, and the throw is offline. So a solid play attempt by the third baseman. Overall, it is ruled a base hit. But the next batter does go down swinging, so it's now 2 outs. Alcala's first K of the day. And then Petey Halpin hitting over 400, puts this one into right field for a base hit. Akron's going to be aggressive on the base pass, and it pays off as another run comes around to score. Halpin has another RBI, and it's 2-0 Akron. Next batter, Brian Lavastida, I can't say that name, will draw a walk. So we'll go bases loaded for Gavin Collins, who got a hit in his first at-bat, but he won't get one here. Akron leaves him loaded, despite getting one more run in third. Top 4, Burns still on the mound. He gets 1, 2, 3 in the fourth, as this is a 6-3 ground out. Burns looking strong today for Akron. First batter of the fourth, Connor Maribel gets a nice fastball to hit, hits it to right. This one's hit deep, and it is off of the top of that tall wall in right. But he's got some speed. He's going to hustle all the way for a lead-off triple. So Akron with another scoring opportunity. That's his third triple this season. And the next batter, Isaiah Green, hits it down the line in right. That'll score him with ease. Green's also got some speed, but he will hold up at second base. That's an RBI double. Back to the top of the lineup now. Delgado also goes down the right field line. Everybody's hitting it into that right field. And that's an RBI double for Delgado. Now 4-0. Akron as they continue to extend their lead. How about Aaron Bracco? I haven't called his name today. 0-1 fastball, poaches it into the left and actually gets down. Delgado is hustling. He will score and we will get another RBI double. More aggressive base running pays off for Akron. It's now 5-0 Rubber Ducks. And that'll be it for Alcala. They'll turn it over to Brian Garcia out of the pen with a 4.66 ERA. He's made his home now in AA. Tyler Freeman is the first batter he will face, and he will line this one into left. It will be caught, but they're actually going to tag on the short porch, and it pays off. That's another aggressive base running call. And then the next batter will get a first pitch fastball and drill it into center. And because we tagged on the last one, we will be able to tag on this one as well. 6-0 Rubber Ducks, as this one's getting a little out of hand. Next batter, Petey Halpin. Nice fastball to hit. Drills it, though, right at the right fielder. So that'll end the fourth. But Akron is pulled pretty far away in this one. And in the fifth, runner on first, one out. Another base hit into right field. So Akron continuing to hit the ball well. Next batter, Isaiah Green perfectly connects on the pitch. This one is definitely trouble. Into that right center gap and off of the wall. Runners, though, were kind of confused. And this will just actually end up as a single as he has thrown out a second. Run does score, but could have been a lot worse. Delgado up next, 0-1, jammed on a slider. That'll be out, but Akron now up 7-0 after 5. Back with Tanner Burns, still going 5 1/3 strong. How about 5 2/3 strong? Line outs to left, and the next batter, Aderlin Rodriguez, will strike out on the fastball. So Burns 6 solid innings of shutout ball. Gavin Collins into the 7th leads us off, and he smacks the fastball deep to left field. That clears the wall. Gavin Collins with a solo shot, his second homer of his AA season. Collins hasn't been playing that good in AA, but it's good to see some of these guys get the bats rolling today. As this now 8-0 Rubber Ducks, and everybody here at Canal Park enjoying some minor league action is very happy. Isaiah Green up next, first pitch swinging. He will golf a fastball into right, and this will also clear the wall for a home run. The second for Isaiah Green as they go left field, then right field. And this extends the lead even more. Now 9-0 Akron as they are blowing out the Erie SeaWolves. We're used to the Indians beating the Tigers, but not Akron beating Erie this bad. That'll actually be it for the current Erie pitcher. They're going to turn over to Nolan Blackwood. He's done pretty solid so far for Erie. He will take the mound. Now bases loaded, though. He has to inherit a bad situation. And on a 3-1 pitch, this one's hit into right center. More runs coming around for Akron. 11-0, another runner coming. It is 12-0 Rubber Ducks. Runner is thrown out at second, but not before 12-0. And it is all about the hustle. And since this one is a blowout, we're just going to watch our bullpen now. Dalbert Siri will come into this one. And in the top of the 8th, Erie finally starts to get some base hits. They start off with a single, and then that runner will score thanks to a hit down the left field line. And Erie is on the board now 12-1. Next batter up, though, Danny Woodrow puts this one into center. This one was also trouble. Runner on second will score as well. It is actually now 12-2 Akron, thanks to an RBI triple with 2 away. But no more runs will be scored in this one. That'll actually be the final. Akron destroys the Erie SeaWolves 12-2, extending their record to 23-21. Good day all around for offense and for Tanner Burns on the mound. But 12 runs on 18 hits for Akron, only 2 for 4 from Erie. Most of those coming in that 8th inning. Isaiah Green got player of the game as well, but a good hitting day for our Akron Rubber Ducks. So for the second half of this episode, we will hang out with our AAA affiliates, the Columbus Clippers, who currently sit 39-28 on the season, having a pretty solid time down there at AAA. And we have quite a few players to highlight that we will look at today. First one being center fielder Oscar Mercado, who actually did spend a little bit of time with our Cleveland Indians this season. He played in 13 games, hit .220 with 2 bombs, but want him to get a little bit more work down in AAA where he'll be featured some more. Only hitting .209 though so far. Brian Rocchio is also another guy we're going to take a look at, arguably a top 5 prospect in the organization. He's only hitting .215 in his 79 at-bats, so he also needs to pick it up a little bit. Then you got Bobby Bradley, a first baseman at 24 years old, could be the first base prospect of the future. Only hit 178 and 45 at-bats for Cleveland last year, or 2 years ago, but is hitting .253 with 8 bombs in Columbus this year. On the mound for our Clippers will be Sam Hentgens, a 4th-round pick back in 2014 from Mounds View High School in Minnesota, which is ironic because we're going to be facing the Minnesota Twins affiliate today. Speaking of the Twins, we will see a couple of their top prospects today. Number 44 overall prospect Gabriel Maciel, a center fielder who's got a pretty decent defensive ability. Needs to work on that bat though. And then number 32 top prospect Johan Duran, we won't see today, but he is also somebody in that Twins organization who could be called up to the big league soon. 3.32 ERA down in AAA. A couple of other players, they obviously got Royce Lewis, who is the number 1 overall pick back from 2017. He still struggles with the bat, hasn't fully lived up to his height yet, but still time for him. Brent Rooker is also somebody we will see down there. He actually made his major league debut last year, September 4th, with the Minnesota Twins. Spent a little bit of time there. He played good last year, not so good so far this year, but he's hit pretty good in AAA. Might need another chance. And we'll head to the home of our Columbus Clippers, Huntington Park, to face the St. Paul Saints. And we'll start off with Hentgens in the first, starting right off with Royce Lewis, who grounds the second pitch of the game to third base for the out. And here's a look officially at St. Paul's lineup. We will see Royce Lewis. We actually will not see Gabriel today. He's got the day off. But you can see a look at their averages. Somebody that pops off, Keone Carvaca, hitting .341 in that number 9 hole. That's a big average for a number 9 hitter. Later in the at-bat, Alex Kirilloff will ground to 5-4, make it 3 double play, and that'll be how the first inning ends. And on the mound for the Saints will be Glenn Sparkman, the former Kansas City Royal, who's making his 10th start of his AAA campaign, trying to latch on with the Twins after signing a minor league contract. And the first inning, he gets the batters to go down 1-2-3. Bobby Bradley can't decide if he wants to pull the trigger or not. Top of the second, Kyle Garlick leading off for St. Paul, and on a 2-2 pitch, he drills this one opposite field over that huge wall out there for a home run. 346 for Garlick, his 11th of the season, will start the scoring in this one. And St. Paul takes a quick 1-0 lead. How about JT Riddle, the very next batter and the very next pitch, and this one is destroyed to right field over the roof of that structure out there in right field. JT Riddle, 402 down the line, his 4th of the season. And the St. Paul Saints go back-to-back on back-to-back pitches, wasting no time, jumping out to a 2-0 lead. From there, Sam Hentgens would kind of settle down. He gets the next 3 batters to go down in order, but not before surrendering those 2 long balls. Bottom of the second, Will Benson here at the plate. He draws a full count walk with 1 batter away. Next batter, Oscar Mercado, 1-0, hits a nice fastball, but straight away center, not enough power on that one. That'll be the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Gabriel Arias up next, and he will ground to shortstop. He throws it over to second, and Columbus can't counter in the second. How about bottom of the third? Rocchio, 2 down, grounds to the first baseman. At this point, Columbus offense just could not get going. We had a hard time hitting Sparkman. As you can see, go down 1-2-3 in the 5th, and they go down 3rd, and they go 1-2-3 down in the 4th. Top 5, though, Sam would kind of settle down. Here's 2 away here. Royce Lewis does get a 2-out base hit, but in the next batter, Hentgens is looking his way. As you can see, Lewis has some speed. He's actually anticipating the steal, and he is gunned down at second. That is the veteran Rene Rivera behind the plate for Columbus with the nice throw out. He would go 5 innings as Kyle Nelson would come to the mound, 380 lefty out of the pen. And he has a very interesting lineup, but does get St. Paul to go down 1-2-3 in the 6th. Can the Columbus Clippers get any sort of offense in the 6th? No, they cannot, despite a nice curveball to hit from Rocchio. He pops it into right field, and Columbus still with nothing on the scoreboard. Top 7, JT Riddle, who had that blast of a home run earlier in the 2nd, will get a leadoff single in the 7th. That'll bring up Jimmy Kerrigan with 1 away, and he will draw a walk. So 2 out of the first 3 batters do reach base. And then Keone Kavaka will draw a 4-pitch walk. So Nelson giving himself some troubles here. 2 away, a big chance here for Royce Lewis. 0-2 to Lewis, and he pops it up into foul territory. Bradley does make the play, and St. Paul squanders a good scoring opportunity. Speaking of Bradley, here's him in the bottom of the 7th, just with a laser to right finally. Scores a run for Columbus. His 9th home run of his AAA season, goes 392 down the line. And I bet that ball was even in the ballpark for 2 seconds. Clippers cut the lead in half, now 2-1 for the Saints. Yeah, that's Bobby Bradley. That's what you hope to see one day at the major league level. Later in the inning, though, Will Bisson 1-1 fastball other way is just a flyout. But Columbus does get one in the bottom of the 7th. Into the 8th we go. Juan Minaya will step up for Minnesota. Also has some major league experience. Not doing so good down here, though, in AAA. And he gets the job done in the 8th. Gets the batters to go down 1-2-3. So we got one more chance to score. In the meantime, Robert Broom would step in relief in the 8th inning, but he would stay in the 9th, as Columbus looking to hold on to just a 1-run deficit. But on the 1-out pitch, there is a single down the right field line. 2 outs now. Ryan Jeffers at the plate, and he will hit this one to right field as well. That's 2 base hits in the inning for St. Paul. Keone Kavaka, the 340 hitter in the number 9 hole, hits a shot to left center off of the wall, and another run would come around for St. Paul. That's an RBI double for Kavako, making it 3-1 now for St. Paul. Ben Krauth would actually come out of the pen. Our closer, who's putting together a .37 ERA as we look to just keep this a 2-run ball game, but we cannot. Krauth gives up a base hit down the right field line that will not go against his ERA, but it will go against the scoreboard. 5-1 now for the Saints. This was just a 1-run game a minute ago. They do get out of the inning, but instead of just needing 1, Columbus now needs 4 in the 9th inning. Luke Farrell is out of the pen to hold this one. It's no longer a save opportunity, so it looks like he'll get a little bit of work here in the 9th. 2 outs to Andrew Monasterio, and he will ground out to the second baseman, and the game will end. St. Paul beats the Clippers 5-1. Sparkman with a very solid performance for St. Paul. He picks up the win and is your player of the game in those 7 strong innings, and Columbus would drop to 39-29. So that'll end our episode as we stopped at the minors. We will jump back up to the majors. We will face the Major League affiliates who we face today. The Minnesota Twins in a 4-game set and the Tigers in a 3-game set, starting off with Tristan McKenzie on the mound for Cleveland. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys enjoyed catching up with our minor league squad, make sure you drop a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.